welcome everyone to VADA Live. We are joined here by H. Carter Myers III, I guess recently retired. When did you retire from Carter Myers?
Technically, I retired January 1st.
January 1st, okay.
Liza keeps me a little bit involved.
You're still here, yes,
Yeah.
yes. How many VADA conventions does this make for you? Can you even count?
I think in the 1970 maybe was when I first, 71 maybe first one that I came to.
Wow. But even though you are technically retired, as you said, you're an observer. You're still up there in the front row asking questions. What keeps you coming back to a VADA convention?
Well, one, we have a great association, and we're very thankful that we've had a leader like Don Hall that's really kept it very relevant. It's critically important to our industry. I mean, we have a voice that speaks for the needs and concerns of the dealer's body and speaks with a volume of a industry behind him. Our industry would not be what it is today without the leadership of our associations around the country, and I think the Virginia Auto Dealer Association is probably in the forefront of associations today.
Yeah, agree. One of the themes that emerged over the last 2 days of speakers was the need to modernize operations, to use some of these tools that are coming out there. You all have been around since 1924. You just celebrated, 101 years, right? How have you all stayed current over that century? What have you all done to ensure that you're staying on the leading edge of what retail auto is doing?
Well, it ties right in with what we talked about. It's two things. The National Dealer Association and the Virginia Dealer Association and other state associations have brought together vendors that provide products for our industry that they're out there researching what's needed, and we're learning from them. And I think where I learned the most, remember in 1971, I went to my first National Dealer Convention. I came home, just my mind was blown with the things I saw and learned at that convention. We met Pat Ryan, and he started the F&I business. It was one thing after another that we learned by sharing with our vendors and with our other dealers at our conventions. And it's a unique situation, I think, for an industry to have actually competitors come together and share ideas. And it still energizes me to come to it today.
Liza has always said, we compete fiercely for 362 days a year, and then we come together for 3 here at the convention. As a dealership group that's been around for, like we said, over 100 years, there's other dealership groups here who are just starting out, maybe the last 10, 20 years. What do you think those groups can learn from Carter Myers? What are some of the things that you all hope that other dealers can implement?
Well, maybe we don't want to learn so much because we'd like to keep growing. No, I think it's a pretty unique industry that we share so much with each other. Now, we don't go next door to the dealership right next door and share their ideas. But I'll never forget in 1971, we were in Petersburg, Virginia, a little small town, and it wasn't that progressive a place. And I thought we needed to learn more about our industry. And there was a dealer in Virginia Beach named Josh Darden, Colonial Chevrolet. And I went to see him in 1971. And Josh had known our family, and he shared with me things that got me on a path of learning and sharing. And it's been part of the joy of this industry to share with each other, to help improve things for our country, for our communities, for our states, and for our customers, and for the employees that work for us. It's a unique industry. I've got a grandson now that's here at the convention today.
He's here, yeah, I saw
Yeah,
him.
Taylor's here.
And at his mom's heels. Yeah.
We don't know whether he'll come into our industry or not, but he'll at least have information to make that choice.
A lot of young generations here with their parents, which I think is part of the joy of coming to a VADA family convention. What do you think are the biggest challenges ahead for your industry these days? I mean, obviously economic uncertainty. I think if I hear the word unprecedented again, it's almost overused. Where do you think dealers should have their focus right now on the coming headwinds?
Well, first, we got to focus on the customer. I mean, they're the ones that keep us in business. So we've got to make sure that we take care of the customers in the best method, that the buying experience is something that they're going to enjoy doing and can fulfill their needs. So we got to focus on the customer. But secondly, we got to make sure that we have a good place for our people to work, because if you don't have good people, you're not going to take care of the customer. So we got to focus on the customer. We got to focus on making sure that our people have the right environment, that they can fulfill their career needs and family needs. And then we've got to provide the best outlet for the manufacturers. So it's a threefold thing. It's the marketplace and the customer. It's the people that work in our dealership. And then we've got to be the best distribution method for the auto manufacturer to want to keep us in the loop. And it's all three of those things come together. We'll continue to have a great industry for the next 100 years. We're very fortunate to have people like you all, vendors, the suppliers that come to our conventions. I mean, if you walk around even here at the Virginia Dealer Association, you can learn a lot just walking around and talking to the vendors that call on dealerships all over the country.
Yeah. Each of them with their own little niche of expertise, right?
And they help share the ideas and the good experiences and the good operating methods.
Finally, before we let you go, when we have a veteran leader here, I always like to ask, is there a piece of business advice, leadership guidance that you heard a long time ago that you've created? What's that one piece of leadership advice that you always lean back on or share with others?
Well, it's all about people, and we've got to make sure that people are still the important part. Yes, we sell cars, but it's the people in our business, the people in our industry, the vendors that we have. We're fortunate to have vendors that have done business with us we got some 60 years that we've been doing business with. Yeah. And it's just a wonderful industry. I've been fortunate enough to technically retire January 1st. My 60th year full time wouldn't have been till this fall. Wow. But Laz will let me keep working a little bit so I can count into my 60s. That doesn't count.
I think you can safely say 60. So yeah. Well, thank you, Mr. Myers, for joining us. VADA Chair from 1995, Dealer of the Year, 2003, I believe, if I remember research. So yeah. But thank you for having us.
Thank you. Enjoyed it. Thank you. Appreciate it.